Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely gonna address some things tonight as far as what's going on in the boxing community because I've been telling people all this year earlier about the flaws of Teofimo Lopez and how he's not on the level of a guy like Terrence Crawford. Um, I've said how he's not on the level of a guy like Jamaine Ortiz. I've said these things, but for some reason, we're not really taking into account as far as certain guys actually being able to um give this guy problems. You understand what I'm saying? Like most people like, oh well, he did this against Lomachenko. He's this, he's this. Man, I've been saying this, bro. For some reason, like it's certain guys that got losses. We're just bragging about these guys. Like, yeah, man, these guys are legit. And most of these guys, they're not legit. They're not on a certain level. They're not doing anything special. They're not doing anything big time. Teofimo's definitely trying to get to that level. You have guys like Oscar Valdez talking to him right now in the back room. Um, man, Teofimo, man, he has to do certain things right now. And then I think Weisfeld had to fight what 117, 111. Bro, Teofimo ain't deal enough to win that fight. I don't care what nobody says. He didn't do enough. Because from what I've seen, he stopped Pedraza in the ring a couple of times and nothing really came out of it. I mean not Pedraza, but he stopped Jamaine Ortiz in the ring a couple of times as far as his movement. But every time Jamaine Ortiz was Teofimo was treating Jamaine Ortiz like he has a lot of power. That's the thing that was kind of getting to me was Teofimo doesn't have a scratch on him, but when he was getting to exchanges, I don't know. When he was getting to exchanges, just he wasn't really attacking, wasn't doing anything back. And these guys are proving now that they're not on the level of a Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford would have destroyed Teofimo tonight. I'm tired of people sitting up here saying guys like Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez is on the level of Terrence Crawford. You would get these guys destroyed. And it's not even funny anymore. It's really becoming a joke. And I've been saying this for months now. Why would we even do this to Teofimo? He can't handle a Jamaine Ortiz. We gonna throw him in the ring with Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney. Don't ever mention Devin Haney, Tank. And I've been saying this already. Where are you guys? Are y'all gonna show up? Are y'all gonna let it be known that he's not on that level? Dude's got work to do, man. Did y'all see Abdullah Mason tonight? Okay. Okay. Teofimo can't cut off a ring. But did y'all see Abdullah Mason tonight? Go look up Abdullah Mason. Tell me if he can cut off a ring. And he's 19 years old. And Teofimo was in there. Of course, Jamaine Ortiz was moving a lot. But geez, bro. The dude stopped 2 or 3 rounds. Teofimo wasn't gassed at all. He wasn't sweating like a dog. He's not tired. He's not exhausted. He doesn't want to sit down as soon as he finished the fight. He's not exhausted like that, bro. He could have gassed out. He could have emptied the tank. Then people say, well, he lost the last round. Why he can't fight the last round? I mean, he won the last round. Why he couldn't fight the last round, the entire fight like he did the last round? Like we're starting there, and Teofimo, he brought us a very competitive fight, but he's not a top guy. He's not pound for pound. Can we stop this? Can he be the best guy in his division first before we say Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford, really, and Teofimo Lopez. How many guys do we have to get their head knocked off in the ring before we realize they're just not on that level? And then people say, well, Teofimo did this to Richard Comey. He did this to Lomachenko. He did this to this guy. Bro, styles match up, bro. When Teofimo is in the ring with a guy who moves around more than him, he has trouble. It's not math, it's not science. It's happened. Look at Lomachenko, look at Jamaine Ortiz. They move a little bit. He's like, Teofimo had the legs, the stamina, everything, the power. The dude didn't let his hands fly. He fought like Adrian Bronner tonight. People make fun of Adrian Bronner. Let's ask a question. Teofimo's in his prime right now. I don't remember Adrian Bronner looking that bad at that age. By the time Adrian Bronner was doing that, he was 30 years old or something. Teofimo's like, I'm just 26. No, bro, you're not just 26. That wasn't no just 26 performance. Bro, that was embarrassing, man. And then you got a lot of fans out here, they throwing on the Superman cape for a bad performance. Then they want to hide. And where's all these guys that was saying that Terrence Crawford wasn't on his level? Devin Haney, Tank. Like, it's just embarrassing, man. Then he said today Puerto Ricans can't fight and all that stuff. Not can't fight, but you know, they're easy to beat. Jamaine Ortiz is Puerto Rican. Like, bro, put a good performance together and make it happen. These people are, man, this is a joke, man. Boxing becoming a joke. A joke. First rolling out this guy. Boxing is becoming a joke. I don't want to ever hear anybody talking about the Haney versus Lomachenko fight. That's done. I don't want to hear about the Haney versus Lomachenko fight. I'm kind of done on that. Yeah, I'm kind of done with that. Teofimo is tripping, bro. This man tell the crowd, this dude, this dude, man, he's telling the crowd to suck his whatever. Like, Teofimo's out of place, bro. He's doing too much. Like, bro, nobody else is doing it. And his dad is right there, bro. We're talking about Jamaine Ortiz ran all night. Bro, get out of here, bro. Of course he ran all night. And your last name is Ortiz. This dude's name is Ortiz. Man. This dude's name is Ortiz. He's talking about Ortiz ran all night. Bro, get out of here, man. Of course he ran all night. Everybody said your boy lost, man. Everybody said your bro lost, man. This dude talking about Jamaine Ortiz ran all night. Of course he did. Duh. Guess what everybody else gonna do when they get in the ring with Teofimo? They're gonna run. They're like, this dude can't cut off a ring. Of course they're gonna run when they get in the ring. What do you mean? The next person doesn't even have to run. They just have to move as much as Lomachenko did. Teofimo's not good with movers. He tripped over his own feet, bro, in a boxing match. Fell and everything. Fell into the ropes. What are we actually talking about? His mechanics aren't correct right now. He's switching a lot of things up. He wasn't jabbing a lot this fight. It's a lot of stuff people not even recognize as far as his style. He changed up his whole style this fight. And he looks sloppy, man. His dad can't motivate him. Bro, Teofimo needs to get a man in the ring that can motivate him. Forget the boxing. Forget everything else. Get a man in the ring that can actually yell at you in the corner so you won't be smiling and thinking that everything's okay. I feel like Teofimo's dad is really like his little brother or something, bro. His dad doesn't have a relationship where he can get this guy in order and hurry up and get him ready. Like, I've seen trainers yell at guys. Bro, if you got your father in the corner with you and he can't yell at you, your father needs to be out of the corner, bro. Why your dad can't yell at his own son and motivate his son? Why is he in the corner? Maybe we need Teofimo's mom in the corner. Cause his dad does all this yelling and all this during interviews, but then when we get in the fight, he's like, "Come on, bro! Like, man, tell him to hurry up and throw something. Like, what are we talking about? Put a strategy together, bro. Any other manager or trainer that does this, it'll be an issue. This dude's dad keeps dropping the ball. No, I'm not saying he's a bad trainer as far as his strategy. I'm talking about overall the way he goes about things, about his business. He's like in the background. His dad's really not. I don't know, bro. His dad's not giving any strategies in the ring, in the corner. And I've seen this multiple fights. The same thing his dad's doing now, he did in the Sandor Martin fight. This fight looked just like the Sandor Martin fight. I just covered this a couple of weeks ago. This man's father is not trying to show him the right things to do. He's not at that level, man. Can we please give it up already? We keep trying to put these certain guys on a level that they don't earn. So everybody that beat Lomachenko, they're now a top 10 pound for pound fighter now because they beat Lomachenko, their career over with. Now Teofimo, he can ride in the sunset. No, sir. Showed you tonight that that's not going to happen. Please, after the night, no more Terence Crawford talk. Terence Crawford will end Teofimo's career if he was in the ring tonight. Let's be honest. Josh Taylor, come on now. What you think Terence Crawford would have did to Josh Taylor? I'm tired of hearing crap like that, bro. These fantasy fights, can we please get some young guys in the ring that'll actually know how to cut off the ring and actually hurt their opponent and make them bleed without having a headbutt? Can we? Because, yeah, everybody knows Jamaine Ortiz was running tonight. But when you're a power punch, my thing is this right here. What power puncher have we seen in the history of boxing that said, "Hey, man, I could never get to that guy for 12 rounds"? Tell me what power puncher has ran into that situation, and we'll discuss that. No power puncher in history said, "I couldn't get to that guy for 12 rounds." No, that's just a TO problem. No, that's not a. Even when people were saying Devin Haney was moving around, Lomachenko got to him eventually. You know what I'm saying? Even Lomachenko got to Teofimo eventually. So guys come around at a certain time in a fight and they clash. This man got to hit Jamaine Ortiz around the 5th or 6th round, and I said, okay, T.O.'s finna tee off on Jamaine Ortiz. Jamaine Ortiz counters like 2 or 3 times. T.O.'s like, nah, I don't want to exchange with him. You don't want to exchange with him. The guy has 8 knockouts, and you can't exchange with a guy with 8 knockouts? Why does he keep having trouble with guys with low knockout rates? First it was Cambosis, now it's Jamaine Ortiz. These low knockout rate guys who move around a lot and can counter good, he's not a good counter puncher. Teofimo has to have a 2 or 3, 4 punch combination. He cannot keep throwing 1 or 2 punches and then have a guy like Jamaine Ortiz jab and then throw 2 or 3 punches and then you're throwing 1 punch. And then you're not throwing as many punches at all throughout the fight because you're chasing them throughout the ring. And then you can't throw on the move now. Now we learning you can't throw on the move. I just seen Gidron on the same card on the undercard. Why do we have an undercard fighter throwing on the run? He knocked down Acosta on that card. He's throwing on the run, throwing hooks. We get to the main card. Teofimo can't throw a hook. Teofimo can't throw a hook, and we just seen a Mexican on the undercard throwing the hook on the run. He just won a fight like this. And people will say, that's a C+ fighter. What is Teofimo? He can't throw a hook on the run? Gidron just had a fight like that against Acosta. Acosta was moving around a lot in that fight. What are we talking about? Tell me what power puncher in history couldn't get to a guy who was running. I never heard of that. Now we're gonna create ghost stories now. And I wanted Teofimo to win that fight. I figured around the eighth round he had a chance. But you have to have a backbone to actually win a fight. You actually have to have your sword to actually go into battle. This dude sitting around here, 12th round, I'm gonna do it. And then I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Teofimo didn't even break he wasn't even sweating that hard throughout that fight. Bro, y'all gotta understand, this is a championship fight. This man has lost his championship belt. This man has went through a divorce recently. He has a lot of things going on. Bro, give your life in the ring, bro. Give your life. Give your life. We just had a boxer die last week. Give your life. Oh, boxing's life. Boxing's my life. Boxing's my life. You just retired. We gave you a pass. Now, when people say I put up these videos, am I capping? Oh, Slick Nick, I see you, Slick Nick. My bad, bro. I'm not ignoring you, bro. I'm not ignoring you, Slick. I'm not ignoring you. Yeah, bro. We need that Matias versus Teo fast, bro. The reason I ain't say that fight because I heard somebody else mention it, so I was gonna let them get their credit. I don't want to steal people credit as far as they fight. But we definitely need that fight, that Teo versus Matias. We definitely need that fight. Definitely. Because from what I'm hearing now, Teofimo comes out today, his team comes out and says, yeah, Ryan Garcia turned down the fight. So you telling me Tank turned down the fight with you and Ryan Garcia. But when last year, y'all don't even know this, from the time Ryan Garcia and Tank stopped fighting, those guys were fighting over Teofimo. Type in Teofimo and Ryan Garcia 2023. Type in Tank Davis and Teofimo 2023. They were trying to sign to fight Teofimo ever since 2023 last summer. He came all the way to this year and said, "No, I'm not fighting them." Then he says, Matias ducking. Then I want Terrence Crawford. Yeah, y'all heard me all this month. What have I said all this month? I do not want to pick this guy because I do not feel like he's ready. I feel like Jamaine Ortiz. When I seen him at that fight, that Virgil Ortiz fight, I said it looks like Jamaine Ortiz is ready and he's not, because for some reason he's at a fight event right now and Jamaine Ortiz at home training. I say little stuff like that, but it matters, bro. This man is messing up his name. Tonight he could have came in. Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. Man, bro, I know you're a real one, bro. It's all good, bro. You know you can sit up here play it back, bro, with the video and everything. But it was some good undercard fights on that, Aaron. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, man. I don't know why they ain't give you one, bro. Hey, next time, bro, I'm gonna put it up early so you'll know. I'm gonna put it up early. I'm gonna put it up the day before. Next time, I'm gonna put it up the day before. They got a fight next Friday with O'Shaquie Foster, top rank. So we definitely gonna make up, Aaron. Shout out to you, bro. You know I got love for you. Yeah, man. He couldn't cut out the ring the whole entire fight, bro. The whole entire fight. Because he's done it before. He's done it before in fights like Cambosis and things like that. But it wasn't as bad as this. And I was kind of getting mad with Ortiz. I'm like, Ortiz fighting him. You know what I'm saying? But then when Ortiz stopped them two rounds, like y'all gotta understand, I gave Shakur, even though I gave Shakur credit for stopping those 2 rounds and fighting De Los Santos at the end. Y'all remember when he started fighting De Los Santos like towards the end of the fight? I was like, oh, okay, Shakur walked him down 2 rounds. As long as you did that, I'll give you credit for the fight. You ain't got to do it the whole fight, but at least give me 2 rounds. Teofimo couldn't give me 2 rounds, man. 2 rounds. Just give me 2 rounds, bro. And nobody's hard on Teofimo, bro. We gave Teofimo a lot of passes these last couple of years. To be honest, I don't even report on half the stuff I hear about Teofimo because I know he got a lot of personal stuff going on. Glad to see his son there with him. He got a lot of stuff going on with his personal life, but at the same time, nobody care about what Floyd got going on. Do anybody care about what Floyd got? I don't even know what Floyd had going on. Who cares? Did he show up and win the fight? You know what I'm saying? Like when guys like him and Shakur, they asked to be at this level. Treat me like a star. I need the attention. I want to be at this level. I want to be the showman. I want to have the show. I want to come out with the entertainment. I want a headline. I want to be in Vegas. And I drop an egg. That's 2 guys on top rank, Shakur and Teofimo, who's dropped the ball and not performing. These guys are not stars, man. That's why I'm saying, like, even if we don't like a Devin Haney or a Tank, sometimes I don't like Tank. Sometimes I don't like these other guys. But they put on shows, man. It's hard for Tank to go out there and perform every fight, man. Even if he's fighting a bum, bro. It's hard for Tank to go out there and perform the way he does. And it takes time. Styles make fights as well. So that's why sometimes a guy like Tank, he'll actually pick a fight like this. But when we got guys like this, come on, man. Yeah, Ortiz hook was tearing him up to the all night, man. Ortiz was cooking that guy, bro. Shout out to Aaron too. Ortiz was cooking that guy, bro. Ortiz was cooking him with the hooks, tearing him up all night, man. That check hook, bro. Nick, that check hook he was throwing, man. Teofimo had he was countering on one as well, but Teofimo not a good counter puncher, man. It was times where Ortiz was giving him a chance to counter punch, but he threw a check hook like once or twice. But Teofimo, that walking forward stuff, bro, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I feel like he's a lot more flat-footed than what he used to be. Even though he's moved like that before, I feel like he sits on his punches too much to the point where he can't get no movement around the ring. And if he throws a punch and the guy moves, they're just gonna be away from him entirely. I don't know how his style is gonna match up soon. People gonna know now. I could just move around and throw on the fly. And then Teofimo could turn one way and run into something, because a lot of these guys at 130 and 135 and 140, they have a lot of power. So for him to be at 40, I don't know, bro. A Gary Russell, a Matias, it's a lot of guys at 40. Now this is a tough fight. Jamaine Ortiz is not a scrub by any means. Jamaine Ortiz is not. This is not something for Teofimo to be embarrassed about. But at the same time, the fans and the media got to be realistic about certain stuff. Because y'all almost let this guy slip through the door and get a Terrence Crawford fight. Why? Why are we letting him be an option for Terrence Crawford? Why would we do that to him? If he couldn't handle the pressure tonight, what he gonna handle with the pressure on the Terrence Crawford fight? Do y'all really want him to retire again? Come on, man. Please don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Don't do it to him. Let him get one of these young guys. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jamaine Ortiz should have probably sat down 1 or 2 rounds and done something. 1 or 2 rounds as far as sitting down on his punches. But at the same time, though, bro, Jamaine Ortiz did an excellent job fighting. He did an excellent job. He didn't have to do as much as he did. Like people say, it's hit and get hit, hit and not get hit. That's the name of the game. So I can't really complain about what Jamaine Ortiz did. I really can't. There's too many people in the boxing game that has co-signed that type of style of boxing, especially the last 4 or 5 months. So for him to come in and that style to be that way, I'm just very disappointed in the way that I didn't like. The thing about Teofimo, it's not about him losing. It's about him and his father being that close and not being able to motivate each other in that type of relationship they have. They are so aggressive with each other, and you can't motivate your son when you got millions of dollars on the line. And y'all talking about you need $1 million, you need a $8 million fight to do what? Why would somebody pay you $7-8 million to get in the ring with Jamaine Ortiz and not really do any damage to him? All you did was headbutt him. Jamaine Ortiz's face wasn't really marked up. And then Teofimo was headhunting. Why are you headhunting when you go to the body? You got power. Teofimo did great things, bro, but I feel like he let the crowd and a lot of other stuff dictate his strategy, because he was going to the body of little things in the first round, and when he got to the 4th round, he was like, man, forget it. I'm just going to go try to walk him down. I'm like, okay. Because I seen him get agitated already. I'm like, okay. I've been watching film over him for the past couple of months. He didn't really get agitated in certain fights he's actually had trouble in. Even the Sandor Martin fight when he got knocked down, he wasn't as agitated as he was in this fight. In this fight, when he started getting agitated around the fifth round, I said he's going to lose it later this fight. And then somebody just told me that he said he just cussed out the crowd in the post fight interview. Cussed out the crowd. People paying their money to come see you on Thursday. They booing because they're not satisfied with the performance. They obviously came to see you because you're the main attraction, and you say something about them. Then you got to understand this is an event in Vegas. These people at this facility, they're gonna say, "Oh man, we don't want that guy back here again." They got control of who can also be at a facility as well. He doesn't know this. He should be a businessman. Someone needs to be around this man. I support his father and I support relationships as far as family business, but you're backwards, brother. Your daddy took you as far as he can, and this is where y'all should part ways. Man, look, the guy Raul, I forgot his name tonight. Raul that forgot his name. His last name. But the Raul guy that was on the car with Manny Robles. Teofimo needs to I don't like guys jumping from trainer to trainer. I don't recommend this. Teofimo needs to work with Manny Robles. He needs to work with Manny Robles, the trainer that was training with Andy Ruiz. Teofimo has to work with that guy. Manny Robles will show him how to turn his shoulder on certain punches, how to roll certain things, how to counter in the inside. Teofimo has to work with another trainer, bro. His dad is not strategizing during the fight. His dad knows boxing, but his dad loses so much focus. His dad is focusing on the scorecards too much during the fight. He's focusing too much. He's telling Teofimo during the fight, "Oh man, you're losing the fight." Like, bro, of course he's losing the fight. I mean, it's one round. I mean, he's one round into the fight. Hey man, we got to pick it up. Like, man, nah, man, come on, man. Like, and I hate to do that. I have no problem with Teofimo's father as far as training. I feel like he knows boxing very well. But bro, you need somebody else got to motivate your son, bro. You took him as far as you can. This can't go on. Then Jamaine Ortiz, I feel sorry for him because now on his resume he has 2 close losses, and people are gonna say, "Oh well, we can't do nothing with Jamaine Ortiz. He got 2 losses." This is the part where people say, "Oh man, with Top Rank, this, and this." You know what I'm saying? But this happens on every promotional card as far as the decisions that happen like this with judges. So I can't really go back and forth. I've been making so many videos about judges and stuff like that. Just recently I made a video about Lomachenko talking about the judges against Teofimo. He felt like he got robbed. So we gonna ignore. So this is my thing about it. People gonna ignore when Lomachenko says it. They're not gonna bring it up now. I don't feel like a lot of people are gonna say it now. They're saying it on Twitter and things like that, but I don't think a lot of people are going to actually support the idea of Teofimo losing this fight is bad. As soon as a couple of days go by, people are going to say, well, it wasn't that bad. And Jamaine Ortiz, they're already saying Jamaine Ortiz was running. Of course he was running. You know what I'm saying? That was the strategy he went into the fight with. He's fought this guy before. He made him use his legs. I mean, it wasn't a bad strategy to me. I mean, he fought a guy who he basically fought a guy differently than before that he lost to, and it worked. I mean, what was the problem? And I'm trying to tell you guys, it was a lot of times that Jamaine Ortiz was sitting there exchanging with Teofimo, and Teofimo didn't have nothing in the tank. He didn't have nothing. He didn't want to counter with Jamaine Ortiz. He couldn't counter. Jamaine Ortiz was an excellent counter. His speed, his hand speed in the counters and the exchanges, he'll just move out the way, and Teofimo just stand there and let him go away and just try to walk him down again. It was almost like trying to chase an animal or something that's jumping out of your hands or something. Like Teofimo was just chasing the chicken all night. That's all he was doing, like on Rocky when they were chasing the chicken. That's all Teofimo was doing. He'd catch the chicken and let it go. Like, bro, get that guy. Like I said, power punchers do not let guys live like that. We seen Caleb Plant running for Canelo. Canelo said, "Oh no, you ain't going nowhere." You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. Even with David Benavidez, the way the Canelo tracked down Benavidez, but now they had 2 different referees. Now we do know that. But the way Canelo tracked down Caleb Plant, everybody can't track down Caleb Plant like that. Canelo is an excellent guy at cutting off the ring. He's excellent at cutting off the ring. Excellent. He's one of the best. That's what he does. That's why he's so good. He couldn't overpower Bivol or anything like that, but he was definitely cutting off that ring. We gotta all pay attention to that now. Bitterbeef is a little better at that as well, but Canelo, he's excellent at that. So these guys got to start training, man. Teofimo, he has to get some kind of bread and butter, man. He has to have some kind of bread and butter. The right hand, he wasn't testing the right hand. Let your right hand go. He didn't want to let the right hand go, which was shocking to me. I think Jamaine Ortiz had a little more power than what Teofimo actually realized. Jamaine Ortiz is a solid guy. He came from 35. He's big for 140. Came from that weight, and he's big for 140, bro. Teofimo has to do more, man. Because right now, y'all don't realize this. Well, I've said this already, but this is possibly man, Top Rank is genius, bro. They gonna make that guy sign, man. Teofimo gonna re-sign with Top Rank. He gonna re-sign with Top Rank. This is possibly Teofimo's. I'm not supposed to say this information because I said this already, but this is possibly Teofimo's last fight with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? So he might re-sign. It's a good chance Teofimo gonna re-sign just because of what happened tonight. He's gonna re-sign with them. Y'all see how emotional he was? He was more emotional tonight than he was when he won the belt after the Josh Taylor situation. And we all know he had a lot of personal things going on around that time. So for him to feel like tonight wasn't a bigger, just emotionally, that it was a bigger night, he's gonna stick with Top Rank. Now Shakur, I'm not so sure on, but this is from what I've heard, the information I have from Teofimo and other people around, and Teofimo's father. This is possibly their last fight on Top Rank, as far as they know. But if the contract is renewed and restarted this summer, which I think it will be, because as y'all know, Teofimo doesn't have a fight after this set up. You understand? He doesn't have a fight like this set up after this. So Shakur Stevenson also doesn't have a fight set up after this. You know what I'm saying? Like Shakur Stevenson, he has a fight that he's trying to make. I think the next one would be his last fight, but he doesn't have a fight set up right now. So these guys right now, Top Rank, they just sealed a deal for Teofimo to come back. He's definitely coming back. He's not in good terms with Eddie Hearn right now, which doesn't mean anything, but I don't think Teofimo trusts as y'all know, and Slick Nick, if you're still in here, as you know, Teofimo still blaming Eddie Hearn for that Kambosos loss. So I don't see Teofimo going over there at the top. He gonna say Top Rank. Cause y'all, did you hear what he said when he was over there with Eddie Hearn when he got the Kambosos loss? He said, if I was with Top Rank, this would never happen. What? If I was at Top Rank, this would never happen. Oh, okay. He know more than we do, don't we? But yeah. I mean, he don't have a loss over there, so he is pretty correct. But the boxing business is gonna expose itself. To be honest with you, I didn't know that the information I was putting out. Sometimes I just put the information I put out because my mind just take me there sometimes when I'm looking at one thing and then it kind of lines up together. But a lot of this information I've been putting out has been going together. From Teofimo, when I found Shakur Stevenson, I found out Shakur Stevenson was gonna leave Top Rank last year. Then when the Teofimo thing came along, and then I see that their events are in Vegas and it's kind of set up the same way. They both having, and you got to realize Teofimo and Shakur, they're supposedly supposed to leave Top Rank this year, right? And then they both had fights on a Thursday in Las Vegas. How many times does that happen? And then it was around a big event. So Super Bowl weekend, then you had the I guess it was the Grand Prix or something like that, the racing. around that time that Indy for like the Indy 500 or something like that. I know it was an Indy, but I forgot what it's called. But Teofimo, Shakur Stevenson, he fought around on that weekend. So Top Rank has a strategy right now where they're trying to market Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo and push them into another category as far as introduce them to some more fans and a lot of other things and push them towards big events. So they're doing a lot of effort behind these things, but these guys don't really see what's going on. Obviously, Teofimo knows, but the boxing world has to wake up, man. Because right now, we had a whole bunch of guys like Tank. Now, this is what's going to mess up. This is why I say a lot of guys in America mess themselves up. Now you got guys like Tank, Haney, Ryan Garcia, all these guys, they got their name associated with Teofimo Lopez now. Now, Keyshawn Davis, last fight, people were saying he looked terrible. Now, in this fight, they're saying Teofimo Lopez. They don't even think about Keyshawn Davis. You see how your last fight, that's all people care about, your last performance. They're not thinking about what Teofimo Lopez did in the Josh Taylor fight. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Josh Taylor ain't the same Josh Taylor 2 or 3 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? Josh Taylor ain't Jamaine Ortiz. If Josh Taylor had some more legs on him, he probably would have won that fight. So we got to understand what's up against everything right now. These guys are not top tier as far as the competition. We think one Loma is making a guy. And we got to understand, Loma moved up to 35. Like, bro, I don't even get on top of, I don't even go at Teofimo hard. I haven't said in not one video that Lomachenko moved up to 35. His manager, Loma's manager just said that the guy's forcing himself to make 35. Said Loma can make 30 right now. And he asked Loma, why you don't want to go back to 30? He said, you could be undisputed immediately at 130. Loma said, I want to finish my business at 35. I came to 35 to do what I needed to do. I said I was going to do this. And I respect Loma for that. I respect Loma. But you got this guy right here. He dancing around. If he was in Loma's position, he would have never fought a Teofimo Lopez. If Teofimo was number 1 pound for pound, he would have been like, I'm not fighting a Teofimo. Why? I'll fight a Jamaine Ortiz, though. Not saying Jamaine Ortiz is a bomb. Not saying Jamaine Ortiz is trash. Just saying, Jamaine Ortiz is someone that Teofimo's fought already. Even though I knew this was a good matchup. I wasn't mad about this fight. I wasn't saying he was ducking. I'm just saying this was a good matchup. But we also have to remember that if another fighter fights the same guys as Teofimo or these other guys that's at 140, people going to say it's a duck. If somebody would have seen Jamaine Ortiz fight somebody else tonight, they would have said that was a duck before the fight even started. And let them go get a close fight with Jamaine Ortiz like they did tonight, like Teofimo did tonight. They would have said, oh, no, we don't want to see that guy no more. Why is he main? He's the main event? The undercard was better than that. I think Top Rank has to kind of pull back a little bit because some of these smaller cards been having better fights than the big cards. It kind of hurts your reputation when you're bringing all these billionaires and millionaires out to Vegas during Super Bowl weekend. It's Super Bowl week in Vegas. And you drop the ball? Bro, everybody's watching. Like, that's what Teofimo don't realize. It's not a sporting event on tonight. Everybody's watching you. There's not no college football on tonight. None of that stuff. You drop the ball in front of the world. And you have a skill set like that and you don't let the right hand go? Bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I don't say things about people's performances when they go 12 rounds. I will say, oh, I can't believe you went 12 rounds with that guy. But people saying you on a pound for pound, I will say that. But this is the reason why I don't say, oh, man, Wilder should retire. He went 12 rounds. Because of this. Because of this. Because of this. This man could not find the guy in the ring the whole time. In the fight. He gave up, didn't put any effort in. He has his father there to motivate him. This is why I say, man, we can't compare every sports dad to each other. It's a lot of sports dads out here. It's a lot of guys that's in WWE wrestling. They got their kids that wrestle. Them guys wouldn't finna sit there and do like Teofimo dad that was doing in the corner. And I'm not putting the loss on him. I'm just saying, if I was in that position, my lungs would be out of my body. Bro, we just got this belt. We just got ran out of 135 because of certain things that was going on. We was trying to do business moves. They didn't line up. Triller. We had the Triller deal after the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. We was gonna be the bigger stars. We're back at top rank. We try to make things right. We just came out of retirement. Let's go. We got personal things going on. Me and my dad, relationship strong as ever. And he can't motivate me in the ring. He can't motivate me. And we just had Carl Withers just pass away. Apollo Creed. And what is Apollo Creed famous for? His trainer motivate him in the ring. Even if that's a movie. Come on, man. Like, embrace the moment. Millions of dollars. Dudes be having millions of dollars and they like, if I go 12 rounds, I mean, I'll make it. If I go 12 rounds, it'll be all right. They got the Super Bowl this weekend. Oh, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. What y'all think Teofimo thinking about right now? You think he thinking about his performance, or you thinking about the Super Bowl this weekend? He already in Vegas. What you think he thinking about? That's bad, bro. Your priorities is messed up. I'm telling you, the dude's priorities is messed up. I said it last month. I said I hope he's not at this Virgil Ortiz fight with Rolly. He got a fight coming up. I hope he got his mind in the right place. I promise. I said this. And he did not have his mind in the right place. I seen it, man. Teofimo doesn't have to put any kind of marketing behind himself no more. He doesn't have to be an entertainer. The people are going to flock to him. The only thing he was doing before was he was putting on a Heisman jersey, he was doing a backflip. He didn't have to do all this extra stuff around him to make it a show. He doesn't have to do this. His power, his skills is the show. That's what we coming to see, not the outside stuff. Which is it's okay if you're gonna do that. You know, it's all entertainment. You know, they have that in UFC. They have a Conor McGregor. A lot of these guys. See, people think look up to Floyd. No, this the Conor McGregor era. You ain't seen the walks guys be doing in the ring? That's the Conor McGregor walk. And dudes ain't doing no money. I mean, the only thing they doing is not fight picking fights. That's the Floyd thing. But Floyd picked Canelo though. So until somebody give me a Canelo, we can't really say, oh, well, the Floyd did it. No, Floyd gave you Canelo, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what fights are we doing right now? Because when I'm seeing from Teofimo, this is not elite level stuff. And I say the same thing about Tank Davis. But I can't really put pressure on Tank Davis when people are sitting up here saying, I want the Ryan Garcia versus Tank fight. So I can't really say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, what you talking about? That's going to do 1 million pay-per-views. Okay, what that got to do with boxing? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did we become pay-per-view counters? Like, bro, when? So let me ask you a question. So y'all think that the highest pay-per-view sold fights is the best fights to ever happen? That's not how boxing works. That's definitely not how boxing works. Man, we gotta do something better in this sport, man. But this guy, like Slick Nick said, man, to not be able to cut the ring off the entire fight, he explains everything, bro. That's Teofimo has to learn how to do that, bro. Everybody else, all they have to do is move around the ring. Tank's not a super mover. Like, he doesn't move around the ring a lot, but he can knock a guy out on the move. He's done it with plenty of people. Rolly. He's done it with Leo Santa Cruz. Come on, Teofimo, man. Come on, man. Like, it's coming to a point now where he has to figure out who he is, man. His back is going to be that 140 division. It's no joke. And you're talking about going to 147. That's no, bro. 140 is no joke. And Teofimo is not a big 147. He go up right now. He would not be a big 147. He'll look small if he was in the ring with Jerron Ennis. He bet that 140 division, he better figure out what he's doing. He better figure out what he's doing. He just fought a guy that he beat already tonight, and he looked bad. You fought a guy you beat already, and you look bad. Not a guy that you. Now I would have if he this. Now mind you, he had the Nakatani fight. He didn't look good. We didn't really say he's done or nothing like that. We just said, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he need to slow down. He came out the Richard Cromie fight. He did his thing. People was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Teofimo is definitely improving. He's where he needs to be. But he wasn't doing the things he's doing right now. He was a lot more patient. He was cutting off the ring. He was using the jab. See, what the problem is with Teofimo is right now, the last few times in the fight where he's actually threw his jab a lot of times, he's gotten knocked down or he's gotten hurt real bad. His dad is putting too much focus on that jab. His dad told him, hey, man, we need to get away from the jab. Look at the fight tonight and look at Teofimo's fight against Sandor Martin and look at his fight. Look at Teofimo's fight against Sandor Martin and look at his fight tonight. When Teofimo got knocked down in that Sandor Martin fight, he did not throw the jab anymore. Then after that fight, his dad said, we need to get away from the jab. Bro, that jab would have saved you tonight. That jab would have saved you tonight. Jamaine Ortiz wouldn't have seen the pimp punch coming. That jab would have saved you. And you got it. And Teofimo, these single punches, these 1 or 2 punches he's throwing all the time, he need to get him a 4 or 5 punch combination. He has too much power and speed to be throwing 1 or 2 punches. And you're not throwing a jab? Bro, and you're not cutting off the ring correctly. Guys need to start working with guys like Canelo. Canelo cuts that ring off. Y'all can say he got whooped by Bivol, but he cut that ring off in that fight. These guys are not experts at the sport, man. Get that. Teofimo, his jab is too nice, not for him. Not now. You don't have to throw the jab 30 times like you did the last few fights. Throw the jab 5 or 10 times, so he'll know that okay, that jab might come. But to throw hooks, and then my thing is Teofimo wasn't even going up top. He was going to the body at certain. I'm like, okay, work your way up top. Then when he doesn't work his way up top, he'll just go up top and won't work his way down. So he's not going up top and to the body, and he's not going to the body and up top. So Ortiz knows, okay, if he's going to the body, he's not going to work up top. So I could leave my face. Did y'all see later in the fight when Ortiz was having his hands down next to his he had his hands down? Ortiz literally had his hands to his side during the second half of that fight. How are we going Teofimo, how somebody gonna respect your power and a guy with 8 knockouts has his hands down in front of you? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if 140 is a certain because people what I heard Teofimo can make 135 still. His dad just said we can make 135 still. We tried to make the Tank fight at 135, but Tank wanted to do rehydration clause. So Teofimo can still make 135. So technically, he's still a blown up 135 right now. Bro, you can't stay at 140 fighting like this. You cannot stay at 140 fighting like this. Not with Gary Antoine Russell and all these other guys out there. Those guys are too big. Those guys grew up fighting Jerron Ennis and all these other guys at 147. He can't fight nobody like that. He fights anybody else like that, he's not going to have a long career. And I'm talking about a guy who actually comes in and fight him. Because Jamaine Ortiz, he had movement this fight. He had athletic ability and movement. Now add a guy who has power and can throw on the move, has power and has speed. Teofimo go to sleep. He would have went to sleep tonight. If a guy had speed and power tonight, he would have went to sleep. He cannot leave himself open like that. He cannot have a guy standing in front of him for 12 rounds and then half of the fight, the guy has his hands down to his side. Jamaine Ortiz drops his hands around the 5th or 6th round of every fight because Jamaine Ortiz does so much activity throughout the early fight. That's why Jamaine Ortiz's legs are so big, because his legs is able to last throughout the fight longer than his arms are, which is weird because he's a boxer. But his arms was not up throughout the fight the whole time. He wasn't blocking and he wasn't super, even when they had the head, but his hands were like towards his chest. He doesn't have a high guard. So Teofimo has to do more throughout this process as far as his career. If he doesn't figure out how his career is gonna go as far as these next couple of years, these people gonna try to take advantage of him. Because right now you have a lot of people saying, "Oh man, he can't throw on the move. Oh, he not using the jab as much no more. Oh, okay, we can get to him. We got speed and power. You can move. You can actually probably knock him out." Speed and power is not his not a threat to Teofimo Lopez. That movement is. Those legs are. Those legs and that movement is hurting him, and that stamina. He cannot stand and fight like a heavyweight for the rest of his career. If he keeps fighting, and this is another guy who does that too. But right now, if he keeps fighting like he's like Usyk or somebody, if Usyk moves around more than you, and you're 135, 140 pounds, it's time to get hit that next level in the gym. I'm being serious. If Usyk moves around more than you and you're 140, 130, it's time to get in the gym and it's time to switch up your style and do certain things. The man, to be honest with you, Teofimo's missing what Sean Porter had as far as cutting off the ring. Everything Teofimo got, Sean Porter don't got. Everything Teofimo don't got, Sean Porter has. He needs to get that aggressiveness where he can get to somebody's chest and be able to maneuver side to side, change levels like Mike Tyson, dip under punches. He could have been dipping under punches tonight. Teofimo don't got no bend in his legs. He doesn't bend his legs at all in the fight. He's standing straight up. He's standing straight up, man. It's a lot of things, a lot of flaws I see. I already know this, but at the same time, he has an equalizer that can fix a lot of that. But when he doesn't have that, he already got away from the jab. I don't know, man. Just getting away from the jab, in my opinion, for him, I wanted him to keep 20% of that jab. That man eliminated the whole jab, deleted it. I don't need it no more. That's bad, man. That's bad. That's bad. It's a lot of people right now. They're starting to kind of delete some tweets and, oh no, I'm not gonna. Let me delete this video where I said Teofimo will beat Terence Crawford. Oh, let me delete this video where I said Tank don't want no smoke with Teofimo. Oh, let me delete this video where I said Teofimo top 10. Oh, let me delete this video where I said Teofimo was he the best and he smoked Loma and all this other stuff. Man, do y'all know the man had a black eye after that fight? I don't know no boxer who had a black eye after a decision fight, and I said he smoked somebody. Smoked him? And got a black eye? I don't know. Even when I picked on Kambosos and he beat Teofimo, I picked Kambosos. I didn't feel like Kambosos walked through Teofimo. He obviously was beating him with his hook and everything else in that fight, but with 2 punches, really, he beat Teofimo with. But I didn't feel like he walked through him. But some people try to make it seem like, yeah, Teofimo walked through Lomachenko with a black eye. He walked through that man. Okay, and y'all seen tonight, it showed up that wasn't it. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. And then usually Teofimo starts off fast. Yeah, Keyshawn looks sharp tonight, boy. For real. That Navarrete matchup, man, Keyshawn look good tonight, man. Keyshawn look good. Abdullah Mason, though, woo! Abdullah Mason is a problem, man. Because like a couple of months ago when I seen Shushu Carrington, I said, oh, man, Shushu, somebody shot him out of a cannon. But Abdullah Mason, man, that was one of the fastest, hardest hooks I seen today. That guy fell hard, man. Abdullah Mason was throwing some stuff. That guy wasn't a bum either. He was a decent fighter. He was a decent fighter. He was durable too. Abdullah Mason chewed him apart. And we had all those young, man, Bob Arum is not playing, man. Those young guys he have on top rank right now. Bob Arum got some guys on top rank that's young at 130, 135. People better figure out their careers. People better figure out their careers real quick. Bob Arum got some guys in there that's gonna go in there and get a knockout. They ain't gonna worry about cutting out no ring. And people are very appreciative in boxing, man. A lot of these people, they could have been said, "Hey, man, Teofimo, you had a couple of close fights. Maybe your dad don't need to train you." Ain't nobody said that. Nobody has said this. You know what I'm saying? Like we give guys passes in this boxing thing. Nobody has said, "Hey, man, you need to get away from him." We give these trainers and these fathers a lot of leeway because that's your son and you brought him up in the game, and nobody gonna take that away from you because you built that on your own. This was your idea, your game plan, your dream you put together. You made it happen. So why would somebody else off the street come in and be like, "Nah, man, we got it from here." But at the same time, you don't want to blow this thing up because of your ego. So let Teofimo grow and let him be at a place where he can be successful. Because at top rank, he can do that. But man, his father, hey, all I know is Devin Haney's dad, he will go get another trainer. He just got Eddie. See, look, this is what I noticed. Ain't nobody noticed Devin Haney dad went and got Freddie Roach. And then Munguia seen Freddie Roach over there with Devin Haney. He said, "Oh, okay." And Munguia went over there and got Freddie Roach right after he did. See, them dudes try to get better. Everybody ain't got to use a whole bunch of trainers because that doesn't work for everybody. But man, sometimes the trainer sees something that you don't. He don't got to train you, but maybe he say, "Hey, I see something like this. Probably fix this right here, or try to fix this right here." I seen Bill Haney fix something on help Jamaine Ortiz with something he was using in the fight. I seen it. The way Jamaine Ortiz was sitting on certain punches, where he'll sit there and get off a punch or two, and then get on the move again. Ortiz, that's something Lopez been doing. Teofimo been moving like that. But for Teofimo to actually get away from moving on the fly, Teofimo used to be an excellent guy cutting off the ring. But for him not to have that jab that he could bounce off of and kind of corner a guy with, that's why Ortiz was slipping out the side, the back door, because Teofimo ain't got no jab. Then he went throwing a power punch. I didn't see Ortiz get scared. I didn't see him feel any kind of flush punches tonight. He got caught with some on his cheek, on his face. But as far as to the body, he was on the ropes too much not to feel something flush come through his body. I just feel like, man, these guys that train, man, they gotta get more guys around them. They gotta have some better strategies. Teofimo has to be more focused. The outside stuff, the personality. Like I said, bro, I feel like he's just Ric Flairing it too much. He doesn't need to do that. People know who he is. Everybody was on Twitter tonight trying to see, okay, talking about Teofimo's performance. A lot of people was fans of him in the 6th, 7th round. They still was trying to give him a chance. 9th round, they was giving him a chance. People gave him the 12th round. So I'm sitting back, I'm like, but most people thought he was losing. And I heard the guy from Fight Hub and a couple of other people, they sat up here and said, "Hey, a lot of reporters over here feel like Teofimo needed a knockout to get a win." That's pretty odd, man. The reporter saying that. But to be honest with you, my thing is right here, where is Jamaine Ortiz gonna go from here? Is he damaged goods because he possibly, say he got robbed? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say possibly, he got robbed. You know what I'm saying? So where he go from now? Two losses in 2024, that means your career over with, right? You go 12 rounds with a guy, you supposed to retire. See, that's the stuff that messing up boxing right here. I'm gonna still support Jamaine Ortiz no matter what. I feel like he definitely needs a opportunity. Definitely. He needs an opportunity tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of guys don't like to be with certain promotional companies, because they feel like they're a stepping stone or a gatekeeper for somebody else. Or they feel like they have to scream on Twitter or do this. That's why a lot of times I'm sitting up here saying, I'm asking guys, "Oh man, could y'all quit?" Yeah, man. You saw that, bro? I just said something about that, bro. Just said something about that. I just said something about that. How can you tell people that's paying their money, bro, on a Thursday, bro, and it's Super Bowl weekend? People probably could have went to LA tonight or something, like, we'll just come back to Vegas in a couple of days. They in Vegas on a Thursday. You think they want to be at a show, a boxing match where ain't nobody throwing a punch? And these dudes probably spent thousands of dollars on a ticket, and they like, man, I could have put this on a summer at Vegas. I could have put this on a bet. I could have put this on a bet at Vegas, but this man telling me, hey, I need you do this. Dude, disrespectful, man. Dude, really disrespectful. And that's what he don't realize. Like a lot of people, you have people fly in to see that fight, man. Teofimo, he ain't ready for it, bro. He just ain't, bro. He ain't ready for people to come from Japan to see you fight for 30 minutes. Somebody take 2 days to come see you fight for 30 minutes and they go home. It take them 2 days to come see you. Then when they get to you, 2 more days to go back home. Bro, I just came from Australia to come see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's real talk though, bro. That's very disrespectful, man. I said the same thing, man. And you know what the worst part is? His dad sitting right there. Now let me tell you something. If that was Devin Haney, they'll be like, you see how he acting? You see how his dad be in the camera? Then you got guys out here talking about saying they can't make a fight with Bill Haney because he on some street stuff. Oh, he on some street stuff, so he can't make a fight with him right now. But you got this guy in the ring saying this on national TV, and this was national TV too. That's the crazy part of national TV, bro. National TV. But yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. All the support out here, bro. I'm definitely gonna be on tomorrow about this. I'm gonna talk more about this tomorrow. But it's a shame, man. These dudes out here really acting like they own boxing and stuff like that. But I've been telling y'all though, I'm definitely gonna repost a old video I put up. But I've been telling y'all about this guy. He gotta step it back up, man. He losing his magic right now. This ain't the way the sport supposed to be going, man. You can't be saying that stuff to the fans, bro. Real disrespectful. For Teofimo to say that to the fans, that's like real Adrian Bronner, man. And I'm gonna be real with you. Adrian Bronner, he put on a lot of fights, but Teofimo, you do not want to be compared to that guy. Like you moving way towards that category. You moving towards there, bro. It's time to step back and reevaluate yourself. Cause a lot of these young guys, if y'all realize, like around his age, they going past him. He got a lot of power. He ain't throwing it. Now look, he got a belt and still got to prove himself. Ain't that crazy? Dudes got a belt and they got to prove themselves. That's wild to me. This man gonna have to prove himself with a belt. That's like basically a king with a crown on his head talking about, hey man, I'm royalty. We know this, you know what I'm saying? Why you gotta prove yourself? This man, he ain't royalty, man. He's not royalty. He's not royalty. And I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just telling you, like, he had to humble himself. If everybody was acting like this in boxing, boxing will be destroyed tomorrow. We're not really trying to have anybody depressed in boxing or anything like that. We're just trying to bring guys back to ground zero so they can save themselves. Teofimo got to save himself, man. You can't have a father in the corner, bro. You cannot have your daddy in the corner. He can't motivate you. Your daddy can't yell at you or motivate you. He cannot be in the corner, bro. It's millions of dollars on the line. We need somebody in the corner that knows that it's millions of dollars on the line. They need to scream like it's millions of dollars on the line. I've never seen nobody get into a fight with millions of dollars on the line. They're like, yeah, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Teofimo could have had his homeboy in there. He could have had his homeboy in the ring with him saying that. The same stuff his daddy was saying. Teofimo could have had his friend from high school or one of his buddies he be partying with on the beach or at the club. He could have said, come on, bro. Let's go. And he probably would have listened more than what his dad did. His dad was telling him, bro, you gonna blow the fight, man. You gotta do something, you know what I'm saying? Teofimo just smiling like, bro, that dude's not a killer, bro. He ain't got no killer instinct in him. None at all. And then this dude you beat already. This a dude you beat already. I'm talking about he beat this dude years ago. before they even had hair on their face. Now they got hair on their face and everything. And you can't stop this man in the ring? Man, it's a sad state of affairs. And we got to mention Terrence Crawford with that guy. Come on, man. How many kids y'all gonna put at risk, man? Teofimo, Josh Taylor, Virgil Ortiz. How many of these kids y'all want to put in the ER, man? Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. People ain't even thinking about Errol Spence no more. I heard people talking about Errol Spence every day. Now they're not thinking about him at all. And we try to put Terrence Crawford in the ring with Teofimo. Come on, man. Let's not do this, man. Let this guy have a long career, bro. I'm not trying to see Teofimo out here in the crowd, bro, talking about he had a good career before he's 30 years old. Because if you would have been out there with Terrence Crawford tonight, all you would have seen was red paint on the wall. That man, he got to do better, man. He got to do better. He has a lot of money wrapped up in top rank right now. And he's going to re-sign with top rank. I'm just going to say that right now. Teofimo, this is his last fight with top rank. I'm thinking. I have a lot of information going out. This is not cap. This is not clickbait. This is possibly his last fight with top rank, I'm thinking. But with the decision he got tonight, he's definitely staying. He ain't going nowhere. Definitely not going. If somebody would give me a decision like that tonight, I'm not going nowhere. And the only fight he's lost, it wasn't on top rank. It was on the zone. You know what I'm saying? That's the only fight he's ever lost was on the zone. That's why he because people think okay, Teofimo, he can go to PBC, ESPN, he can go to top rank, or he can stay at top rank, or he can go to the zone later this year. He's not going to the zone. He already told Eddie Hearn, I lost the fight with you. That's your fault. He told Eddie Hearn that was your fault I lost. That would have never happened to me at top rank. And I've been reporting all this. I be chilling on, bro. I really don't have no problem with Teofimo Lopez. But I just had to. I'm glad I put all the videos out the last month I have put out about him because it kind of explains and documents everything that kind of lead up to this fight. The only thing I said about him was, bro, you out these fights too much. You know what I'm saying? You in the crowd too much. You had another fight and you got your own fight coming up. And Jamaine Ortiz at the gym. And from what we seen, it looked like Jamaine Ortiz was in the gym a lot more than what Teofimo was. Teofimo didn't look at this like it was a big time fight as far as the opponent across from him. Because he had a little different attitude than he did against a Lomachenko. He was about his business when he went in there with Lomachenko. I feel like with I don't know, Teofimo, when he comes off big wins and stuff like that, he's kind of hard to kind of keep his mind grounded. You know, once he has that big win against Josh Taylor, that's a big win. Josh Taylor was a pound fighter. And y'all got to realize, you see how people was treating Teofimo after he beat Josh Taylor? That's why I be sitting back. I be like, nah, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to give too much praise. Because if I do, he going to act like I ain't got to go in the ring and throw that many punches now. The guy supposed to come to me. If he don't come to me, he got to beat the champ. I'm the champ. So if he didn't come to me to fight, that's how he feels. And fans that made it okay because they're like, yeah, he beat Josh Taylor. So what? We just seen Josh Taylor the best win that Josh Taylor got. He couldn't get around against Devin Haney. Couldn't win one round. These guys, when you really think about it, these guys really ain't beating no monsters. We just making their name seem way bigger than what it is. And that proves it tonight. Teofimo's name is just way bigger than what it really is tonight. You know what I'm saying? Guys is looking for the next Canelo. They looking for the next just a star in boxing. We ain't got that many stars like guys who could just sell a pay-per-view by themselves. I'm talking about Floyd versus Jamaine Ortiz. I'm talking about sell a pay-per-view by yourself with a regular name guy, not no big name. I'm just talking about a regular name. That's the stars we need in boxing right now. Teofimo was almost at that level. Not with that performance tonight. And I'm not saying this performance is going to dictate his whole career. I'm talking about you don't want to be in that situation like Ryan Garcia where you got to prove yourself now. After you've already been in one of your biggest fights, you still proving yourself. Like right now, Ryan Garcia got to prove himself right now. People are like, well, he did this many millions last year in pay-per-view. Still got to prove himself for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Even though he put himself in a position where he took a hard fight, Teofimo takes hard fights too. It ain't super duper blockbuster fights, but Jamaine Ortiz wasn't no bum. He was obviously a top contender. He gave a hard fight to Lomachenko and Teofimo. I'm not surprised, but yeah, dudes got to do better as far as their whole strategy and what they're bringing to the table. Because from what I've seen, Teofimo, he's in 2 years, Teofimo won't even be a top 5 guy, top rank. And I'm talking about in his weight class. In his weight class. Did y'all see the undercard tonight? Abdullah Mason. You had Keyshawn Davis. He looked good tonight. He fought the same way Teofimo did, but guess what he said? I'm not finna let Pedraza try to be all over me. You know what I'm saying? Guys have bad fights. The styles do make up fights, so Teofimo could look a whole different way. I have seen Teofimo look terrible against Nakatani and then go out and beat Richard Comey with a knockout. But I don't think Jamaine Ortiz made you not want to cut off the ring and not chase him down. And then, bro, you got to understand, your best round was the last round. And it looked like you was actually trying in that round. And still in that round, you didn't look like you was actually he wasn't gassed, man. I don't know who was it was a boxer recently. He couldn't even do a post interview because he was so tired. These guys, they can do a whole rap song. They can get in the studio, make a whole CD at the end of a fight. These dudes have no their oxygen is through the roof. Teofimo wasn't tired, he wasn't winded. He didn't use any kind of stamina throughout the fight. I'm looking at his back. I'm like, this dude's back is dry as I don't know what. He's not sweating. He has a guy running in the ring right now. He's not breaking a sweat. He's not trying to win. He's not trying to win at all. Not trying to win at all. And it's nothing bad on him and talking down on him and anything, but it's just being real, dog. If your daddy ain't gonna say it, somebody gotta say it. Somebody gonna have to save you. Because he's not motivating, bro. He's not motivating. And I'm not saying it. I never said this about certain guys' dad. I don't just call out guys' dads who trained and got losses. Sean Porter got losses. I know people say, oh, Sean Porter dad threw in the towel the Terrence Crawford fight. He better should have thrown. Hey, do it look like that was a bad idea to throw in the towel now? Shoot, some people saying Terrence Spence should have had a towel thrown in on him. So I'm just saying, like, people got to realize some of these dads, they got to know what's up. And Teofimo dad doesn't know what's up. I don't know if he would throw in a towel. I don't know if he would throw in a towel if Teofimo was in trouble. So people have to realize what a guy like Sean Porter's dad would do and what a guy like Teofimo's dad would do. Because what I've seen is Sean Porter's dad never had a problem with motivating Sean Porter. Now, Sean Porter wasn't the most skillful guy, but he didn't have no problem motivating him and having him in shape. When Sean Porter would come into a fight, he would cut off the ring. He probably would get punched in the mouth, but he would cut off a ring and he would be in your face the whole fight. So people can't come to me and say, oh, yeah, Ortiz ran. Ortiz wouldn't have ran if Sean Porter was in there. Ortiz wouldn't have ran if Canelo was in the ring. Canelo cut off the ring against Bivol. Bivol beat the crap out of Canelo in that fight, but Canelo cut off the ring. Go look at the highlights. Go look at Canelo getting beat up by Bivol. He was cutting off the ring that fight. Canelo like, I might get beat up, but I'm going to cut off this ring. That's what I know how to do. Teofimo got connections with all these guys. And you can't cut off the ring? Brother, you better get you some help because the next guy that comes out against you, he's going to move, he's going to throw on the run, and he's going to try to knock you out. Anybody with more speed than Jamaine Ortiz only got 8 knockouts. Now, I don't want to be funny. I think Lomachenko got more knockouts than that. I'm not trying to be funny. I think Lomachenko got more knockouts than that. And you was running from his power, Teofimo? Jamaine Ortiz hit him in the nose two or three times. Teofimo was like, nah, I'm not going to rush in. That's bad, man. It's bad. It's time for guys to actually put themselves in a position where they want to be elite. Get with a guy like a Munguia and see, okay, Munguia, why did you go over there with Freddie Roach your last time? You talking about Devin Haney, but Devin Haney went and worked with Freddie Roach before Munguia did that last fight. Find out why these guys are sitting around here getting with training specialists, and tell your dad to quit being a guy who burning bridges and actually get with these other people in boxing who actually know what's going on. Get with a Lomachenko's father. Get with a certain people like this. I ain't never heard nobody say, Lomachenko, get away from your dad. So, yeah, get with a Lomachenko's father. See what he implements in his style. How he gets Lomachenko to be so efficient throughout a fight. Why is he better in the end of the fight than he is in the beginning? Teofimo needs all that. But when you're doing certain things and you're like, yeah, you know, and I'm not trying to say his training regimen ain't good, but bro, it's time to hit the reset button. It's time to hit the reset button. But Top Rank got their thumb on him though. They're gonna be like, yeah, he definitely re-signing with us. He ain't finna go to Eddie Hearn because he already know. We just saved him. But that's all I got, though, man. Appreciate the support, man. Everybody in the live, man. I appreciate everything. I'm gonna definitely put out more material on this tomorrow. I got probably 5 or 6 videos. If you want to see a good video, whoever in here right now, I'm gonna tell you a secret. If you want to see a good video on my page right now, I have Teofimo Lopez, his plans for 2024. Teofimo Lopez plans for 2024. That's my predictions. I have a lot of information on him. His fights as far as for 2024 coming up. But I think Teofimo he's supposed to leave Top Rank this year. But I think Teofimo is gonna stay with Top Rank because of what happened tonight. Because Teofimo's already said that he doesn't trust Eddie Hearn. So that knocks off the zone and match room, and he doesn't mess with PBC. So I'm just leave that with y'all for the night. I know nobody else is gonna tell y'all that, but I appreciate everything, man. Hit the like button for me, but I appreciate all the love and support. Everybody that's in here, you know what I'm saying? You can actually rewind this. There's a lot of jewels in this video I just dropped from the beginning, and that's real talk. It's a lot of jewels that just got dropped in this video, but Teofimo has to do a lot of work, man. He has to do a lot of work. He has to have a conversation with his dad, a real conversation. Can you motivate me still? Am I still that guy? Do I need to go somewhere else? Do I need to look towards a Lomachenko? Do I need to look towards can I get a Sean Porter to help me cut off the ring? Can I get a Canelo to help me cut off the ring? Can I get with another guy, a smaller weight guy who knows how to do certain things? I don't know, man. It's just too many question marks after that fight. But Jamaine Ortiz is a good guy. He will make anybody look bad, but you got to do better throughout those fights, man. Teofimo left too much on the table. And this is millions of dollars. Now, I'm just telling y'all out there, if that was millions of dollars on the table, y'all don't know me and I don't know y'all, but I would have let y'all scream at me all day in the ring. If y'all would have been like, let's go, come on, we got millions of dollars on the line, I would have went out there and tried whatever I could. But nah, man, these dudes, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. We gotta start seeing who the real from the fake. We got to start seeing who the real from the fake, because a lot of these boxers, even Lomachenko, man, I be giving Lomachenko a hard time, but he step in that ring, bro, and he gets it done, bro. He don't cry about cutting off no ring. True professional. But that's all I got though, man. Like and subscribe. Appreciate everything.